Hey y'all, Sweet Tea back again for another podcast and YouTube video. This time we'll be discussing Love is Blind, the Netflix show, and then also if we actually believe if love is really blind. But the Netflix. All right, so it actually premiered this year, 2020, on Netflix. There's only one season. And this season, singles enter the dating pods and talk romance, religion, and sexuality. Some people didn't talk sexuality, but we'll get on to that.
Oh, Lord.
Who will feel a spark and who will find a soulmate? And is love truly blind? So this is like one of Netflix's first like social experiments and reality shows. I really loved it.
They've been doing a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like, oh, this is
There are
good.
10 episodes and then the reunion.
Mm-hmm. As a show, I loved it. As a concept of the show, I loved it. Y'all already know. I put y'all on it.
It's you did.
And you're like, I put y'all on. Don't.
No, you did really do it. So,
it was cute. But like once you watch the first episode, you'd be like, this concept is retarded. Like it's so stupid. But then you actually watch the episode, you're like,
and you're like, this can't happen in real life.
Right.
But
then you finish that first episode, you're like, what's happening in the second episode?
I'm like, ooh, I'm like, it what? Okay, so let's go through the couples who actually made it through the pods and got engaged.
Okay, so Carlton and Diamond. Carlton and Diamond, Cameron and Lauren.
Kelly and Kenny.
Cameron and Lauren. Giannina and what's it?
Damien. Amber and Barnett. But Barnett was talking to another girl. I forgot her name, but
what's her
name?
And the other guy.
What's her name?
Barnett was talking to
Barnett
and Mark.
It was Elsie.
Jessica and Mark.
No. Yeah, say it.
Elsie. That was the girl that.
Is it not Casey?
Or no.
Elsie?
I don't know, but he was talking to three girls.
He had them hooked. But he's like that kind of. I was thinking about this the other day. Barnett is the type of guy that we went to high school with. Like all those types of like white boys that have that little charisma about them that everyone is like, oh my God. He's like a Justin Bieber, but he's country and it's kind of attractive. That's what Barnett is to me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the high school we went to.
He's like one of those guys who you go mudding with.
But I think him and Amber are a good match because they're both crazy.
Yeah. But I will say that, like, I was mad at the fact that we didn't see nothing about Kelly and Kenny until they got to like the
who are these? Who are these? They're kind of boring.
They are.
No, but there's no drama. There's no.
There was drama. The ending was straight up drama. She said,
but no. I bet you before that it was just straight. Room temperature.
But it was nothing to hook us with. Like, they didn't show us them until there was something worth showing.
Exactly.
But like I feel like Damien and Giannina weren't like too ultra exciting until they got to like know. They weren't. That's why they weren't shown as much. They weren't. But like we saw Damien and Giannina's proposal and all that. Like
because she proposed to him.
Yeah, that was different.
That was cute.
We didn't see Kenny's.
I think I saw Kelly. See, that's what I'm saying. They were too much of a bland couple. I didn't really care.
No, I don't like how the producers do that because they can get you to like a certain couple by how much they air, what they air of them. Like, like we couldn't be as interested because we didn't see as much from them. And like what we did see was like, oh, okay, they found love. That's cute. All I know is that for next season, the production value gotta go up. I feel like they spent all their money on that little trip because once they got to them weddings were ghetto. Okay, that is a low budget. They use the same. They use the same curtains. No, they use the same curtains, the same venue, the same hair makeup artists because they all look green for whatever reason. Like the production.
But let's be real. Okay. They were all in Atlanta.
They knew what they were signing up for.
This is very interesting to me because I thought they were all from separate places. Yeah. But they were all based out of Atlanta.
But that helps though, especially like after with the transition. Like why would like if I'm dating someone from Mexico, now we have to figure out, okay, are we moving
That's real life though. That wasn't real life. life.
This is like no, because when you usually meet people, you meet them in the same town.
But if this show, like in a show like this, when they bring people from all different walks of life, you're supposed to be from different places.
Well, I think they are from different places. How different the show? That adds to how different the show is, because like Jessica she was from Chicago or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like her and Lauren in Chicago. So like they do have that aspect.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're just stationed in Atlanta. Like y'all are from Savannah and Alabama, but once you move to DC, if they had it in DC, then you'd be in DC, but you can be from everywhere else.
Don't know. Love is Blind DC put me in.
I'm mad that I missed Atlanta.
I would know.
Would you go on the show, Devyne?
I surely would. Are you kidding me?
No, I don't. I just feel like that's not enough time.
Okay, so say this is like, I don't know. I'm too picky to be on a show where I can't see someone. I'm talking to you. Yes, I know your voice. I can hear you if your voice is a deeper voice, or I know what kind.
I want a deep voice.
I want that like. But if we got engaged through that, if me not seeing you, and then I look at you and you like 2 foot tall,
they give you a chance to say no. But
I know, but who can say no on television like that?
No, but you know what? But you know what they didn't show? Like there was a whole bunch of people that went into that experiment. You know, we don't know how many people said yes, no, maybe so. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how many
got airtime. We only know who got airtime.
Right. But I probably would do it. I would just be like,
okay.
I'm too picky.
I like the idea. I really do. It's a wonderful concept of falling in love with someone, because y'all know me. I don't have a type at all. Like I don't have a physical type. I don't have a personality type. Like all the guys I've talked to, dated, they've all been like extremely
personality type, because you wouldn't date the same personality that you dated before.
I think it's changed because of like last people, so it's not like I'm saying there's no trends with the people I've talked to.
Okay, Devyne, what's your type?
I ain't got no type. I would do personality or looks wise.
What do you think? I'm sorry.
I would do personality or looks wise.
Both. Let's do both.
Okay, so looks. I like them tall, dark, and I'm talking about black dark. Now, I feel and like some great smile. I love when the guys have like a good set of hair. Like I love like a medium build guy. I don't like guys that are like too or like you know what I'm saying? I like a nice medium build guy. I don't favor husky men because my dad is husky, and I feel like husky men just remind me of my dad, so I've never been really attracted.
That's the thing, like you're attracted, or that's like a study that you're attracted to people who are similar to your parents, opposite sex.
But see, like I can't do it because But as personality, what I'm learning, like I love intellectual people. Y'all know me. Like we have to connect up here. Like if you, I hate stupid people. I can't. I can't.
Hate is a strong word, Devyne.
I know. I dislike.
You can even strongly dislike them.
Strongly dislike people that I mean, I know everybody's different. I know everybody has like their own type of intelligence, and I recognize that. Like people can be like body intelligent, math intelligent. Like I love if you have like a thing that you can do well.
Like your own talent.
Right. Like I'm attracted specialty. I'm attracted to like people who have like a specialty and like I love that. Like, but they have to be up here. And I like a fun, adventurous person. I hate people who are just like, oh no, like like there's too many.
Is that what you sound like?
Is that
what you sound like
Like I like people who like are willing to be like adventurous. Like, hey, let's go to Six Flags and do the biggest roller coaster. Like I like those.
Get your hands on the
No, no, we could be in a relationship.
I feel like those type of people.
Can we use the kids type?
Yeah, okay. I have standards.
We know.
You have to be this tall to ride this ride. You got to be taller than me.
And how tall are you? Let our.
I am 6 foot, maybe. It might be 6'1". It just depends on what shoes I'm wearing. You know what I'm saying? And I do like wearing heels, so that is a thing. So if anyone out there is between 6 foot and 6'5", I'll go with that. Taller than 6'5", I get awkward. I'm like, okay, now you're making me feel uncomfortable. But who knows? I'm a big personality person. If I can just feel comfortable around you, I have talked to guys who are shorter than me, so that's that. That's not a problem. Okay, well, it's not a big problem.
It's not a tall problem.
It's not a tall problem. I do like people who are kind of like my build in terms of like health wise. I'm
skinny.
I'm thin. I'm not skinny.
This is different.
I'm not.
You're not
all bone.
No, I feel you're thin. I feel like thin.
You're slender. Is slender a good one?
Slim thick. That's
slender. Slender's a good one, Keila.
Slender.
Yeah, it's slender.
Yeah, definitely. Bigger guys. I won't say I'm not attracted to bigger guys. I haven't talked to any like for real. But that would be nice during the wintertime. Definitely got to be smart. You know that if we can't have a conversation about things other than childish things,
2K.
Other than 2K, I'm not talking about 2K all day with you. Let's talk about documentaries.
What you doing me to death? I can't. Come up with some creative text message. Don't just be what you doing me all day.
Right.
What you doing? I'm like,
what you doing?
Give me a word of the day, a verse of the day.
A Bible quote.
Verse of the day.
I used to text people verses of the day.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. When I was a real Christian.
I never got that.
Yeah. No, I'm not really real, but it's okay. I'm like,
lukewarm.
I be feeling him some days.
But that sounds like
but I feel like all three of us are like, we don't have the same type, or we're not attracted to each other's like,
girl, no.
But we want the same type of man.
I can tell my type?
That's true.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you get to tell my type. A rich nigga.
You said you ain't have no type.
That's my type.
Ooh, that's a type too.
That is a type.
I
think my main thing, like,
you like older men.
That's okay.
I love older men.
I don't think it's an older men thing. I just want someone with passion and just with like direction for what they want. Cause like for me, like I'm the type of person, I'm just driven, ambitious, trying to do better. And I feel like guys my age aren't there yet. Like, especially in college, everyone's like, oh, I'm in the moment. I want to do this now. I want to party now. I'm like, no, I'm looking for jobs in DC. We're looking for working with Emerge DC, helping Democratic women. Like, we're looking to do things to make a difference and to kind of set the tone for our future. And I need somebody to do that with me. I don't need anybody who's just here to play games.
Someone with goals.
Mm-hmm. And like, that just happens to be older men. I mean, it's not like, oh, I want like a 40-year-old, but I'm saying like, I'm 21. The 21-year-olds my age, they aren't there. They're growing.
But going back to Love is Blind, let's be real. Like, if without having any knowledge of someone's age, height, race, ethnicity,
their age, because Jessica knew Mark's age.
Yeah,
she brought it up every 5 seconds.
Well, but age is different than maturity, though. That's my thing. I'm like, if you can be mature and like still like, maybe I'm 25, you're 22, I'm 28. Like, I don't. Ageism isn't a thing for me. It's just mindset. So
I think Jessica was very immature for her age, and Mark was very mature for his age, and that is the difference.
He was ready. He was so.
But you know what? Yes. But you know what? I feel like people can be mature in different ways. Because I felt Mark was immature because he was so naive. Like, he could not, for the life of him, see that she did not want you, bro. Like, from jump, like, he was so naive, and that comes with drunkenness.
No, I don't even think that was a naive thing. That's he fell in love with her, and I think that's like love clouds your judgment. I don't think that was like, oh, he's young, he's dumb. Because but that makes you naive. No, I'm not saying. Let's talk about. I'm like, love is like clouding judgment. I don't want to call that naive because I think naive grows with age, but your judgment can't be clouded. I don't think it's like, oh, it's because he's young. No, it's because he's fallen in love, especially after they had sex. He done had the punani and like. whipped. Like,
but
Did
even
Mark and Jessica have
like, I
sex?
feel
yeah,
like
I think they had sex.
mm,
They had sex, right? I think they did.
I don't remember that.
huh?
I said,
Oh,
speaking of not mentioning it.
let's get into
Let's
it.
go. Let's go there because
Let's get into it.
especially if I am going to be engaged with someone, I would want that person to be open with me
fully.
I'm talking about your past. Some people don't like talking about your past, but I think it's very critical to move forward. So I believe, my personal belief, Carlton did Diamond wrong.
Dirty.
If you did not tell this woman that you had previously been in relationships with men or that you are bisexual, you need to let someone know that, because there's no way for me to fully love you if I don't fully know you. So let's go there.
Well, you will never fully know someone. That's the thing. You will never fully know someone. But I feel like where he went wrong was kind of keeping it from her until she said yes to the engagement. Because like it's not like it was like, oh, it was something small. That was something huge. Like, it's like, I used to love a lot more people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a jealous. Okay, I am a jealous type, but I'm trying to get away from being a jealous type. And so it's like, not only do I have to worry about other women, I have to worry about other men with you. I don't know.
No, but here's the thing. And that's where this is where I come in to defend Carlton. Like, I'm not bisexual, but like I feel for the LGBTQ community.
I do too.
Especially especially bisexual men, like, they have this whole stigma, like they're just out here to screw everybody. Like, and like, he kept repeating to Diamond, like, I love you. You will be the only one in my life in there for me. Like, but like, I feel like people don't hear that. Like, he's literally saying, like, yes, I've had relationships with men, but like, I love you. I think he may be, I'm not finna assume nobody's sexuality, but I feel like, no, I was about to say he may be pansexual, like where he's just attracted to somebody's like heart.
And I think he is, because he was saying he just liked women more because they were more nurturing. So like, there are more men who are more nurturing. Like, he might have been with them, but I don't have a problem with it. Of course, it's his prerogative on when he wants to tell her. I think it was just the timing of it is the main thing. It's just like, tell her after she's committed to you. No, I'm not done. Hold on, honey. But like, it's just because like, after you, like, I feel like marriage is like a sacred, like, just a bond. Like, okay, if we're engaged, we're getting ready to get married. And so she was ready to marry this man, and for him to kind of drop this bombshell, that's like saying, oh, I cheated with your best friend. Like, it's just something unexpected, and you don't know how to process it. I don't know. But y'all looking at it's just something that happened that she has to process with time, and I don't think he gave her enough time to process it.
No, but this whole experiment didn't have the time for that.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
It was so expedited. I feel like you need to get out the important stuff right away. No, the big stuff like that. Like,
here's the thing. They weren't forcing them to get married right away. I mean, like, at the end of, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they got engaged, but even after all the other couples got engaged, like, they learned some things about their partners throughout like, Barnett learned that Amber was terrible with money. Like, there's stuff that each couple learned about each other that they didn't know prior to getting engaged. And I do think, like, he didn't like wait till right before they were at the altar to be like, hey, I'm bisexual. Like, he like, as soon as they got to that island, he was like, okay, let me tell her this, because like, he even said, like, he was just afraid of losing like the woman that he had fell in love with in the pods, because he even expressed to her, he was like, if I would have told you this in the pods, would you have accepted? Would you have got engaged to me? And she said no. Like,
well, he didn't admit that she's not the one for you.
Number one,
but that's the thing. Like,
I'm not gonna praise him for not waiting until he got up until the altar and be like, oh, by the way, I'm bisexual. I do. Like, I'm not gonna praise him for that. It's all about, for me, is the timing, because like, you want to before you're engaged to someone, you want to know them to the fullest capacity. Like, of course, you can't fully know someone, because that's what like the rest of your lives are for. It's like just getting to know them, because people change. But like, I feel like it's the fact that he could have told her sooner. They talk for hours a day, And I know that was a big thing for her. Like it was a big thing for him, but if he would have given her that time and just, I don't know, it's just a consideration because like,
you know what? But what nobody's considering is that he didn't have to tell her anything. Like he could have really just said absolutely nothing. Like there's no rule book anywhere that says that you have to divulge all your sexual history with the person that you get engaged with. Some people
and that's don't. It's just a good relationship to tell it. Because like
that's what I'm saying. Like
comes back around. I really believe like what's in your past comes back to your future. And I feel like if it's her bad financial stuff. If they want to buy another house, they may not have to do it under her name because you can't buy a house with bad credit. Or if you do, the APR goes up really, really high. So like those things come back around. So I feel like that's something that should be divulged, you know?
But he did divulge it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're saying that it should have been before they got engaged. I'm saying I'm happy that he did it at all. And it wasn't like,
I'm happy he did it.
But it was early. That, like I said, like, she still had the opportunity to say no. So say they, like, did the whole thing, moved in together, got to the final altar, she said no. You know what I'm saying? She still had the opportunity to 86 out the relationship and, you know, still go about her life. Like it wasn't like she 100% committed to this man and actually got married, then he divulged this. Like I said, like things get revealed over time. Like we said with Amber and Barnett, like I'm pretty sure if she told him in the pod, like, oh, I got bad credit and I was with LC. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's just like people.
Well, what about Lauren and Cameron? The whole interracial couple.
What do you mean? Like, do you believe in it?
No, I'm not saying. Of course, I'm like, there's nothing to not believe in. They exist.
No, not like, do you believe in it? But like, would you apply those to your life? Devin, we've had that conversation.
That's what I'm saying. Would you, if love is truly blind, would you date someone who's not in your race or ethnicity?
I was like, Devin, I know Devin did.
I'm not going to say no.
Okay.
I'm not going to say no. But I feel like there's just something about a Black man. There's something about someone who grows up with some of the same cultural experiences about you. Mm-hmm. And like, I just like, I don't know, like if I ever met somebody of a different race, and of course, like you can learn from each other. Like I love like sharing cultures and everything, but like to teach him like everything, like what not to do when you go to my dad's cookout. Like it's just like
Cameron, when Lauren put on her bonnet, he said he loved it. And he's dated Black women before too.
Yeah,
so that's
what I'm saying. Cameron had experience. Cameron already knew. Cameron already did the trial run, so he knew. He knew that don't count. It wasn't like a friend.
I think with interracial couples, I'm just a big believer in love. Like if you can love me the right way, if I can love you the right way, then it's fine. It's just other people and other influence, like external factors like family, society, like all of those add to that. Because like I know a lot of people like would bully people in interracial couples. You know, like people are just like terrible and they don't really like, oh, like I don't want to call them terrible people, but they're bigots. They're bigots.
But some people really don't know how to handle being in a relationship with another race. Especially I mean, I can say even for myself. Like definitely not like there's certain things you can and cannot say when you're dating someone of a different race, especially if I don't know how I would date someone of Hispanic or Latino descent.
I think it's just really different for us. Because, like, with us, we have, like, our hair is different. Our bodies are different. I just feel like
we listen to different music. Like, all of this stuff goes into it. And, like, if I'm listening to a song with the N-word in it, you can't sing along when it gets – you can sing along up until that point.
Right.
You know? Like, I was like, it's my right.
Don't think just because we're dating, you can get away with stuff like that.
Yeah. Do y'all remember that? Oh my gosh, it was so crazy. And so like I was saying, there was that. I think I saw it on Twitter where it was like a Black girl and a white guy, and like during sex, she wanted him to talk dirty to him, and then she was like, "Call me a nigga." And something like
she told him,
and then he started.
They would do like race play.
He was like, "Ooh, I can say nigga now." And she's like, "No, you can't now." Like, I'm like, number one.
He started calling her that in public, and like she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he was like, "Well, I thought you wanted me to do this," and she was like, when we're sleeping together, not in public.
Yeah, see it.
Because no, it went beyond him just calling her the N-word. Like, he would be like, you're like my maid, like this is like my housemaid. Like, he would like take it there. And that's what I'm saying, like, just
I'm sorry, I gotta be with a black man.
I gotta be with a
black man after that.
No, and then the fact that they posted that, I'm like, number one, why are we posting this? Why?
Oh my goodness.
But
we just let their partners do anything. And that's what I'm saying. With interracial relationships, like, you really gotta check your partner. Because if you're not, like, you either one have self-hatred or two, like, agree with them. Like, I'm not even gonna get into like black men validating white women's hate for black women, because that's a whole nother conversation for another.
No, because it will go off.
Right. I saw about that too.
Exactly. There's plenty of things about that, but it's like at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, you got to check your partner. Like, if your partner is not culturally aware to something that that's insensitive, like, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to deal with that.
Not like, if you're not raised around multiple cultures, and you don't have friends from different cultures, you don't know that. And so, say you find someone attractive who's a different culture than you, you have to like learn as you go, and you have to be on like thin ice. Essentially, you can't just go in like, oh, I'm gonna do this and be so excited that I'm in a relationship. No, you have to learn everything and be culturally sensitive as well.
No, I'm done. You have to also be receptive, because like, it's one thing to kind of like, and this is something I've struggled with, is like kind of treating the past relationship like the next one. It's like, oh, we did this together, so I expect to do this with another person. Like no, each person is different. You can't expect the same relationship from a different person, especially like our backgrounds fall into it, a religion if you have it, your sexuality, like all the stuff that we talked about, it goes into a person and how you interact in that relationship. And so it will never be the same each time. So you have to kind of just allow yourself to be open and just to new things. It's like, okay, maybe we can't do this all the time, or we can't do this, or we like to do this more. Like, it's just like, we all have to be open to it. I think that's why, like, with interracial couples, it takes a strong person. Like, I'll even say with intersexual couples, it takes a strong person.
But like, what's funny is that, like, you talking about like bringing your past relationships into your new one. You know who did that? Kelly. Because all she did was expect to, like, she was like, oh, I want to be infatuated. Oh, he doesn't look like the guys that I used to date, and all that stuff. Like, girl, this is a new man, like, who wants you, who loves you. You know what I'm saying? Like, infatuation is not love. So I don't know what you were looking for there. And two, if all your other past relationships didn't work out, there's a reason for that. Like, why would you expect that in this relationship? Like, dumb.
I don't know. Okay, so coming from my point of view, dating someone, of course he was Black, but he was a different ethnicity. It was easier because he was more welcoming to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I should.
What?
I don't know if I can talk about this.
Then why did you start?
I don't know, because I wanted to bring it in the point, but the only way I can do it is by example.
I mean, you're not naming names, you just naming the background.
Okay.
Spill what tea you feel comfortable spilling. This is a safe space.
Of course, with like he's very patriotic for his home country and all that. Why are you looking like that, Devyne?
Let her finish.
Very patriotic and all that. So all of the holidays, even like sports, the music, he shared that with me, which at the end of the day I felt good about, that he was open to letting me into his culture. But at the same time, I'm like, you realize that I will always be an African American and not this.
Did you feel flooded when he did that? Like, did it feel like, oh, I'm expected to like this, I'm expected to be a part of this culture once? Like, we're like,
especially when they have their mothers to look up to. Of course, a man they don't want a mother and a wife, but they want mother qualities or nurturing qualities. And I'm like, okay, I'm not your mother, and I'm not ever going to be like your mother. She was raised completely different from me. She has different personality, of course. So it's very hard for me to be like, oh yes, welcome me into your culture, but don't expect me to be just like you, because I can't do that. I can't
that sounds like
my heritage and be like,
baby
oh
love.
yeah, baby love,
Baby love.
Baby love. Baby love. Like, that woman would never be not, girl, boy, I can't. Like, why would you ever think your mother would accept this woman? Like, why?
No.
Yeah, we haven't got there. Don't spill. And she's
But
talking,
we know
she's
what's
talking about
happening.
90 Day Fiance season
Baby
4.
love.
Season 4.
Is it season 4?
It is season 4. We're on season 4. But I don't know. I think relationships are weird.
I mean, but like, God, I mean, when you're talking about different cultures, like, of course, like, Black people can have different cultures, like Kendra said. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know. Like, I'm open to, like I said, like, I'm open to learning about, like, I love learning about new culture. Like, I'm a history major. Like, I love, like, everything to do with the world. And like at one time, like, I was obsessed with Asian men. Like, at one point of, yes, at one point in my life, like, I was obsessed.
Crazy Rich Asians got me on.
But then it's just like, I don't know, a lot of Asian men don't rock with Black women, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Right, but can we talk about, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but it's interesting that you say that, but we've had this conversation before where you said, no, my dad won't let anyone else that's Black into the home. Haven't you said that before?
Mm-hmm. I mean, but like, when I say that, it's not like it's not like they will be shunned forever, or I'm gonna be shunned out there. Like, it's just like a thing, just like, you know, like, a lot of, I feel like a lot of Black dads, well, from, like, in my family, at least, like, they want they want, you know, because they feel like, you know,
like
if they did a good job raising you, then you will pick somebody that's a reflection of them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel that. I don't know, and I feel like our dad has done. He just wants somebody who treats us well.
Yeah,
who loves the Lord,
who can provide.
Yeah, so our dad's he's not real big into like the race thing. Of course, like, I think our mom is more. I think mom is like she's told Lamar what'd she say? Something about deers and rabbits or something. You know what I'm saying? Basically, she's like, you better bring a woman home who looks like me. Like, our mom has expressed that. Like,
right. So like, your mom will be like my dad. Like, he is like, and like, I don't know. And when I grew up like with like a lot of self-hatred. So that was the time where like I like went after men of a different, like, lusted after men of a different race. I mean, I was young, but like, I used to get bullied a lot. And I'm not the darkest thing in the world, but it's like, I got bullied for my skin color and whatever. And it would be by Black boys. So growing up when I was little, like, I would just like wanted the exact opposite of that. Like, these boys don't love me. So I want, you know, saying somebody that looks maybe like completely opposite of them. And then like, when I expressed those views to my dad, like, he got really upset, and like, reasonably so, because like, if I heard my child say that I don't want to date Black women or Black men, like, they just like, I would be upset too. But I just feel like now, I don't know, now for me, like, I want little Black babies. I want little chocolate drops. Like, I want to pour into them the love that, you know, that I was missing growing up with my Blackness, if that makes any sense. I want them to have that experience. And, you know, raising a mixed child is different than raising a Black child too. Like, it's two different experiences. So like I said, he would probably like, I don't know if y'all ever seen The Hate U Give.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember like when she brought him home and he was like, did I do a bad job? Like, she was like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll probably be something like that. Like, of course he would prefer me to bring back somebody Black, but, you know, I don't know where the tide is going to bring me, you know?
Yeah, and I totally agree with that, just wanting to bring your kids up like that. Because I remember in high school, so Ken and I went to a predominantly white high school. Like, our middle school was like super, super cultured. We had like a lot of Black people, Indians, Asians. Like, it was very, very diverse. And so go from that to white, it was majority white, because there were Black people in there, but it would just like when I would wear my hair curly, like people were like, oh, we like your hair better this way, or we like it better that way.
Like, those microaggressions.
Yeah.
Ooh, those microaggressions.
It was a microaggression. And so just things like that. Like I remember like I would just be like, one day I started crying. I'm like, I don't want to go to school because my hair looks bad or whatever, because I didn't know what to do with it. But like I just remember one time, like, because I was like, Mom, my hair's so nappy, da, 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 da. And my mom was like, don't you ever say that again. Your curls just love each other. They want to be close to each other. And just things like that.
That's so
like,
cute.
It was just things like that where I'm just like, okay, I feel better. And I want my child to like have that. And I need like a father who can reaffirm her. Of course, saying anybody can reaffirm her, but no one knows Black like Black.
Mm-hmm. And the way people are raised, it puts a damper on us trying to put down like this wall of color and race and all that, especially when we're trying to love someone. So I could, like, of course I've had crushes and I find white men attractive, but at the end of the day, I feel like the way he was probably raised, if he's raised in Alabama, you're raised in this mindset that I need to be with a white woman and have these perfect little white kids. But if you're attracted to me, you don't know how to approach that because your parents never talk to you like, hey, there are other women out there
that are attractive,
that are beautiful. I'm telling you, like, Black people, you know how, like, melanin is just the best thing in the world. Everyone needs a little bit of it, I will say, but some people don't deserve it. But I feel like for us as a generation, as we're getting older, we can put it in or instill in our children that it's okay to love someone who's a different race than you.
Who doesn't look like.
And it's not like, oh, you're dating a white guy. Like, white guys can be cool. Okay? I know great white guys.
I'm not saying like I'm never attracted to, because like there's some white men. Zac Efron can still get it to this day. To this day.
The Greatest Showman was the only time I ever looked at Zac Efron. I was like, oh, okay. You guys did that in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I was really like.
There are some attractive. There are some very attractive people of many races, Indian, Asian, just across the board, just delicious. Yeah. Okay, a smorgasbord. Okay, I would taste the rainbow. Okay, if I could. I'm just saying, like, what I want in like a relationship and a marriage. I don't know. I think I have like this specific vision, and maybe I need to get out that vision, but.
Yeah, and I've had to get out of that too, because like there are a ton of things I'm like, oh, I can do this with my husband, and then now that I'm getting into like, oh, my adult life, I'm like, dang, I don't want a husband for a while. And I'm gonna stick this in here. I think white people get married really, really early, like 24. I'm like, I'm not trying to get married till like 30, but like,
but Black people be having kids just.
Yeah, but like there's so many. What I'm going back to is like there were so many things that I envisioned. I was like, ooh, I can own a home with my husband. I can do this, do that. I'm like, I can own a home by myself. Yeah. If I plan for it, and if I do the right stuff, like there were a lot of things that I had in my mind. I was like, you know what? I don't need a husband for this. And I think that's a lot of times what happens with women is we kind of grow attached and like dependent on men. And I think that's where all of our parents did well, with raising independent Black women who can not only think for themselves, but do think for themselves. Because a lot of times we can, but we don't. But I think.
But you know what? That was the same thing with Lauren. Like Lauren had a strong sense of independence.
Oh, like, yeah.
That was a little ruffled. You know, she was like, I don't know what to do.
I stay back.
But like she worked through it. And I feel like there's like, if you really love somebody, like you would not change yourself for them, but like everything's a compromise in a relationship.
Absolutely. Yeah, you'll grow with them instead of like against them.
Yeah, like you can't just like 1,000%, expect somebody to be, like you're 100%. I know, like you can't.
Like you can be sure of yourself, but willing to like not alter. But just develop certain areas.
Evolve.
Like you really have to evolve. Like, especially for me, I'm not the type of person that likes to share things.
Oh,
I don't like, especially like number one, friends. I don't like sharing friends. and so in a relationship, say we have a mutual friend and they're talking to him more. I'm like, why are they talking to him more? I'm like, we're friends too, right? I'm like, I don't want to share that friend, but at the end of the day, we can be a couple and be friends with the same people. I don't like sharing food either, but I will take yours.
That's a double. That's a double.
It is, but I don't care.
Wow.
Y'all better get over that.
Wow. I mean,
all I know is if I cook, I'm not doing the dishes. That's all I know. If I cook, I'm not doing the dishes.
Is that one of the other?
One thing that I've heard throughout the years that has really stuck with me, like in regards to relationship, I forgot who gave me this advice, but like we both have parents in long-lasting marriages, thank God. Like a lot of people are blessed with that, but
right.
The thing that I've learned is that you gotta keep falling in love with the person that they become, because you're not the same person 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You're not going to be the same person. Like you say, you continue to grow and evolve. So you have to continue to like fall in love with the person that they become, because it's going to go through a change. Like you still have like an essence of who you are. Like your essence would never change, but like your like little personality traits or like just little things may just change over time. Like they may not do this like they did, like they were in college 10 years ago, but like you still have to keep falling in love with the person that they become. And that's the key to like, you know, a long lasting successful marriage. Not the only key, but a key, a factor.
It is a key. That's a good key, because I still wonder, I mean, of course our parents talk about different things that happened when they were in college, because that's where they met, and how they've had to break up a couple of times, and you know.
See, I didn't know they broke up. I was like,
your parents broke up.
Like, just together from the jump.
Word, that's what it makes sense to me.
I don't want to say I thought they were together for the jump. Of course, you know, people have like rocky roads, but they don't break up. Like people just kind of just like distance for a bit and then come back. Like, but my parents broke up. I don't know. That makes me feel better, because like a lot of times, like we've talked about like our parents met junior year, so I'm like, okay, junior year is it. I meet my husband at Miles College. We're gonna get married. We're like, I just really wanted to reflect, like, because I know, like, I see my parents' relationship. They're working hard to stay in love and do everything. So I just kind of wanted to emulate that. And so when they said they broke up, I'm like, okay, they're not perfect. They're not perfect. Okay, I can breathe a little bit. Like, because like whoever I'm with, I'm like, okay, maybe we do get married. That means like we can't break up. Like, and I think that's kind of just like people thinking like I used to be like a concrete person. Like, okay, if we break up, that's it. No second times. If we broke up for a reason. So now I'm just more in this mindset of, hey, you know, some people do need breaks from each other just to figure out who they are. Maybe we're growing too dependent on each other. So I just had to learn how to figure out those boundaries within like myself and those like the fluidity of relationships.
Let me ask you this. Do you think there's anything like a marriage can't come back from?
I think there's
plenty.
This is about, I don't know. This is me. I'm like, so death do us part. And that's all it is.
I believe that too, but it's so hard. If somebody cheats on me, I just gotta know.
But I'm saying if you are in this relationship with someone, so for so long, you know this person, you build this trust. That's why you shouldn't get married off of a whim. That things like that happen when you get married off of a whim. You have, if you say, everyone has a gut feeling, like sense of like, I don't know if I really want to marry this person. I feel like everyone should have that. I'm not sure. Of course, times change, people evolve, and people might outgrow other people. But if I'm taking the time in this relationship, and if we get to a point where I want to get married and we get married, I'm like, that's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about going back.
What if it comes down to they don't want a marriage with you anymore, and you're trying, but they don't, and they run themselves away? Like, that's my thing. What if that happens? I can't say I'm gonna go chasing after you for the rest of my life trying to save my marriage. No. If we have kids, I'm gonna raise our kids. I'm gonna go on with my life. I'm not chasing after you. Like, of course, I believe in like true love, and I would hope the only time I get married, like that be the only time. So like, I just feel like I've stopped thinking of things as black and white, because there is so much gray in this world. Like, I would love to think of that.
This is when we start diminishing like the value of certain things. This is why sex is so just like fluid and whatnot. This is why everyone's having sex. Marriage is, everyone's gonna start getting married because we don't take it as seriously as it is. Okay, so I know we got off topic a little bit, but at the end of the day, is love blind? Devyne?
Okay. I do feel like love is blind. Okay. However, there are so many external factors that come into play when you're talking about relationships and building love. Because like you can love a lot of people. You can love people in your family. Does not necessarily mean that you want to, you know what I'm saying, see them every day of your life or like even have them participate in your life, but you can love them. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So like love in and of itself can be blind, but when we're talking about actually building relationships and building marriages, I feel like there's a lot that has to be taken into consideration. And there's a lot of factors that sometimes love can't overcome. And, you know, but, you know, I'm open to it. I'm open.
I'm open to love. I'm open to love.
Keila is love blind.
I will say, yes, love can be blind, but love is not stupid or shouldn't be stupid. I guess you can be like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna look at this person for their looks, but you still have to think about, okay, with their looks, there comes a lot. Like if they look like you or me, we have a bunch of background about your culture that's different for certain people. So we can say it can be blind and can't be blind. I'm just gonna say maybe. I hate to be that person to be like, oh, there's no yes and no answer, but I'm just gonna say maybe love is blind, but love should not be stupid.
Okay. I believe love is blind. Or wait.
Love is blind means like you can fall in love with somebody.
Never mind. I don't believe love is blind. I believe you all are blind to the truth if you think love is blind.
Ooh, wow.
I'm just gonna say that because for me personally, I know what I like in a man, and I know I'm not based off of looks per se, but it is like a physical connection and a physical chemistry that I have to go off of, and that plays into being near someone, seeing them. Right. So yeah, love is not blind.
We need to talk about like how important like physical compatibility is.
Yeah.
Like it's.
But anyways, thank you all for listening, and don't forget to make every day sweet.